Lily's driving. Yeah. Are you excited for Cake International?
Oh, you're interviewing me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I am, but we're sat in a queue. So we're here basically. We drove for 4.5 hours to get to Birmingham, and now we are here quite close to the mark. It's 8:20 and we've got to be in there by 8:45, and there's a lot of cars here. There's a lot of cakers here. But yes, I'm excited. Ask me another question.
Do you feel confident with your entry?
Well, so we just dropped off my entry into the hall and parked, and we're about to go in and see the actual cake show.
So Bill, how was your day at Cake International?
It was successful. Of bags. Cake International Birmingham 2016 was a treasure trove of cake goodies. There were new products, there were new versions of products, there was just tons. There was everything you could want to see and more. So I came back with full bags and an empty purse and a little bit of guilt the day after. But actually, since I've bought this stuff, I haven't looked through it. I purposely haven't looked through it so that I can be excited again now, and hopefully that feeling of overspending guilt will be gone, because it's an investment, right? So let's go. Some bits are exciting. Well, for me they're exciting. Some bits I think are just me replenishing stock. Okay, so this is me replenishing stock. Rolcom Gold. You've probably heard of Rolcom Gold. Rolcom Silver as well. I didn't even know that existed. I got some of my trousers and it's pretty. They are an investment. So tick ding, no guilt. Moulds. Marvellous Moulds. So Marvellous Moulds, if you've seen my other videos, you know I'm quite the fan of Marvellous Moulds. My carousel cake is the one that had Marvellous Moulds all around the top and the bottom of the carousel to make it just look way prettier than what it would have otherwise looked. So I had my eye on shells for a while. So I got a Lambis shell, which I've never actually heard of, but it looks cool. And cockle shells and a turret shell, which says nice twizzly ones. So be excited for these. No guilt. And I got a distressed leather impression mat, so that when I make things like handbags and shoes, I can roll this into it and it will make the fondant look like leather instead of me having to individually mark lines or try and distress it some other way. So again, ding ding, no guilt. This is working a treat. And then this, timing couldn't be better. So I literally got asked this week to make a cake with a tiara on the top of it. I walked into Marvellous Moulds and they have this stunning tiara mould. That's the picture on the other side. I'm planning on glitzing it up with something else I've got in these bags as well. So tiara mould, definitely an investment. I'm going to use it this week. No guilt. Now these, I can't even begin to explain how pretty these are. So they're dust, got quite a few. And this is how I'm going to prettify the tiara. So these are luster dust, but they are the most beautiful luster dust I've ever seen in my life. I hadn't heard of the company before. It's called Crystal Candy, so that's the first time I've seen them, and the dust were just stunning. They had them on example bits of fondant at the show and they were just shimmering, and like a magpie I went straight to them. And the ones I bought were all their pastel range. They have a vivid range and a pastel range. Kind of a pastel girl, so I did get one of each of the pastel colours. Again, lost control slightly, but these are the ones I'm going to use to make this tiara pretty. So I'll probably do a video this week of me making that tiara and using these, so you can see how both of those work. And then look who I got stuff from. It's House of Free, who also gave out the cutest and most useful shopping bags ever. Canvas, reusable, perfect. So in this bag I have some nozzles. I got a giant nozzle because in some cake videos I see people just piping buttercream and ganache really quickly around the side of the cake and then spreading it on rather than popping on the top and smoothing it on like I normally do. So I thought I'll get a giant nozzle and give that a go at piping it around a cake. Another nozzle, or the other two nozzles I got, are these, I don't know if you've seen them, but they are, I think, ruffle nozzles. So these, I'm not entirely sure how they work, but I got them and I'm going to give them a go. And they look cool, don't they? So we shall see. These I don't feel such guilt about because they weren't a huge amount of money. They were a couple of pounds each. I'm okay with that. No guilt. I will explain this product. It's made by Ingenious Edibles and it's called Safety Seal, a food safe barrier. Now this is, I wonder if it says what actual material it is. No, so it is palm oil and 3 E numbers and some flavouring. So I thought this was going to be like a plastic or like a silicone, something like that. But what this is, you melt it, you can either break some into something else or you can melt it in this tub, just in the microwave. And then if you have something that you shouldn't be putting into a cake, so say if you've got a wired flour, and instead of having to use a flour pick and try and hold the flour in place, you dip that wire into this melted stuff, pull it out, let it dry, or let it set, and then that creates a food safe barrier around whatever you've dipped in there will then be food safe. So you can push that directly into a cake instead of having to use flour picks and stuff. And that I think is amazing. It's so helpful, hence I bought 2 tubs. No guilt about that. This is also me replenishing stock Saracino modelling paste. So you've probably heard of that before. I only got my first tub of this like a month ago and it's gorgeous. It's so lovely to work with. I always thought when I saw people, especially Italian cake decorators, when I see them in their little Instagram videos or on Facebook videos and they're modelling, and I think, what are they using? Because it doesn't look like any of the icing that I've ever used before. It looks so pliable and almost plasticky like, and this is that. So they had this secret recipe the entire time and now they have literally bottled it and it's perfect. I love it. So like I say, replenishing stock, not a hugely exciting one. We have more excitement to come, but still a star buy, no guilt. And then the lovely lady who made these bags also makes some stellar moulds. My strong point is not modelling faces at all. I can do it, but I can do it after a lot of attempts, a lot of chucked in the bin, a lot of swear words, and a lot of time. It's not cost effective for me to model faces from scratch because my skill level is not there. I want to say yet, but I don't know if it ever will be there. When I see some of the things people can do, it's just another level. So this one, I think this one was called Princess Face and Eyes. So it's just a little face mould with little cheeks and lips and nose already in there, and then at the back there's 2 sets of eyes that you can use as well, and eyebrows if you struggle with eyes. I also got what was this one? I don't remember what this one is. That's the guilt setting in now. I don't know what I bought. I think it's a female head mould. I can't bloody remember. Guilt wasn't important enough for me to remember. This one is a baby face. I remember that one. And this one is a little, it's like a caricature animal face. She does these little animals that have their faces, and then she might say if it's a sheep, she'll do like curly white fur around it, and it looks like a really cute little, almost like a baby sheep. So that I just thought would be fun to have. Nice to make little modelled animals. I'll give some of these a go and I'll do video tutorials with these as well, so you can see how they work and how they come out and what the hell this one is. 25% guilt. Now my final purchase from Cake International 2016. So this one, I thought I had done all my purchasing and I was like, yes, that's moderate, that's fine, I've done all right there. I've got some bits I'm excited to use. We'll have one last look around and then I'm gonna go. Now, we're about to leave. Last aisle, lane, whatever you want to call it, that we walked down. I'm like, we haven't been here before. Huge crowd of people, normally I like to avoid. Who is it though? Evil Cake Genius. Evil Cake Genius was at Cake International in the UK with all her amazing stencils and scrapers and everything that she makes, and I died. I literally stood there, I stood in a queue, in a crowd of people. I waited until I got to the front and I looked through her folder of cake stencils and I was like, that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, that one. No limits, absolutely gone. My card got declined twice. My bank shut my card down that day because they're like, this is unusual. I'm tight, I don't normally spend stuff. Suddenly I'm Birmingham, flinging my money everywhere. So my card was getting declined left, right and centre, and I want a stack of these stencils. Luckily, they let me do PayPal. Technology is amazing. So I managed to get my stencils and bring them home. So the ones I got were, oh, she gave me a scraper as well, isn't that nice? It was actual Evil Cake Genius as well who was serving me. I didn't realise. She said, you're gonna love this. This is, I think she said something about being one of her favourites. And I was like, are you her? Are you Evil Cake Genius? She wasn't evil at all. I don't know what I imagined. I imagined someone, I think like a slightly more delicate Maleficent. You know, like Maleficent minus the horns, the collar and the staff. Oh, and the massive dragon wings. I imagined kind of a villain because evil Cake Genius. Nicest lady ever. She was so sweet. So linen texture mesh stencil. She does a floral one and then one that is this sort of pattern. She had all these dummies on her store so you could see how they actually look in real life, and they're just gorgeous, so lovely, just really amazing effects that you can get quickly. Stars, twinkly lovely stars like this. Vintage poetry stencil set, and this is just a small section with some poetry printed onto it. Oh, actually it looks like there's 3 mats in there, different sizes. This is a geometric set, so there are chevrons, polka dots and some stripes I think in there, but the inspiration folder had these all different patterns on bunting around a child's cake, and I thought that was just so cute. Stripes, because you can't go wrong with stripes, can you, around a cake? Be popular. And then a floral mesh one. Oh God, doesn't that look amazing? So they are my purchases from Cake International 2016. They are a successful bunch of purchases, I would say, and I can't wait to use everything. Every little thing that I use I will record. I'll do the first time. If I do my first time use again, and then you can see how I get on, because I haven't used any of these stencils before. I haven't used any of the nozzles before. I haven't used the cake seal stuff before, and obviously the moulds are all new as well, and these dusts. So I will come back with some brand new videos using these products, and you will be able to see them on probably most consecutive Mondays from now. Thank you for joining me on my little trip to Cake International. I hope you enjoyed a glimpse inside it, and hopefully I will see you next Monday.